What's on, everybody? It's just a 1.6 here again with another video. So it's been like 5 months since I last uploaded, and I honestly don't even remember where I left off, but let's do a quick showcase of everything. I got RC 440cc injectors, same fuel rail, same stock OEM fuel pressure regulator, different clips, soldered some new ones on, put some amazing tape on it. It's starting to come off and not look pretty, but it still looks better than just straight wires like I had before. Added an old catch can, eliminated the PCV valve under there, or a PCV, yeah, PCV, whatever it's called. This used to go to here, and this used to go to the PCV valve, but of course that's blocked off, so I got that and this. The motor's a D16Y7 with a Y8 intake manifold. If you don't know what the difference is between the Y7, Y8, Y7 is non-VTEC, Y8 has VTEC. So you usually could see a little VTEC solenoid over here if you have VTEC, which mine doesn't. So yeah. I don't know the total cost of the build. It's all stock motor, no forged internals or anything, all stock, just boosted, and running on a 50-55 turbo. And I think that is anyway. I'll post the specs on the screen, but I just know it's like in between the size of an ST and RS turbo, so it's bigger than an ST but smaller than an RS. Yeah, all eBay, Amazon shit, and it works like a charm. I am running an open wastegate right there, as you guys can see. You can see up here it's been putting some black smoke on the hood, but doing that, my initial way of doing it was to turn this around so that this would be pointing down, but then it'd be going into the turbo. And the other thing was I need to get this fabbed for a pipe to go straight down. So I was like, fuck that. I'm doing it the most cheapest way. I don't have to, and it's worked out so far. I'm not going to be running this setup for that long. It's not my daily, so you know, fuck it. It's just a fun car. Because I do have plans that nobody's done with this car at all. So if that spikes any interest in y'all, make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for the upcoming build I'll be doing to this car. It's going to be costing a lot of money, and it's not going to be a K-swap or any Honda swap. So it's going to be something never been done before. Still running the stock radiator, and yeah. So without further ado, oh, the exhaust that I have is SRS. So I've been trying to look up videos about it with the turbo Civic. I've never found a video that has a Civic that's turboed with the exhaust. So you guys are gonna get the first-hand experience of it, of what it sounds like with the turbo. So yeah, that's the engine. If you guys are wondering why these are twisted, that was my tuner that said to do this. And so these are twisted, and so are the fuel injector clips. They're twisted and then taped to look pretty. So yep, that's about it. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, and let's go for a little cruise. All right, so we're in the Civic. You know, got the AAM airflow ratio, cheap little eBay oil PSI, so I can see my oil pressure, and another one of the, I think it's like glow shift, I think is this one, and that's for the boost gauge. It's electronic. And then of course we're at 190,678 miles on this. I first boosted it, I want to say it's actually 1,000 miles ago, so it's actually lasted so far 1,000 miles, which I think is pretty good. But I'll do the math real quick now that I know the miles, and I'll go back to what I recorded down before I started to drive it when it was boosted. Because I'm trying to see how long this engine will last being on 7 pounds, but I might actually turn it up to 9 probably soon, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, tuned on 91. Might be getting tuned on E30 or E85. Just not really sure. As you guys can tell, it is like Fort Knox, like nobody's business, because I live in a place where people like to take these. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, this is not all I have. There is a secret code you have to do for this car to be able to start, and you guys won't ever know what it is. But yeah, because I'll never show it. But anyway, let me go ahead and remove all these Fort Knox, and I'll go ahead and do a cold start. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start this baby. Cold, so we're gonna let it warm up a little bit. Get my windows down a little bit. So I got my laptop always just in case. You guys can see it doesn't look too crazy over here. That's to my stereo little thingy. This is the drink I'm gonna be drinking. And they have like a bottle of water there and whatnot. I gotta clean this out a little bit, but I recently just tucked it back in with the P28 ECU. Also, I have two-step enabled with anti-lag. That's set up just by doing the RPM. Like, it has to be below 6 miles an hour for it to work, and it's set at 4,500 RPM, and it does do some pops and bangs a little bit. I just, for that part, I don't know if I have it set up right, because I was the one who set that part up. I did not tune the car though. That was by one of my coworkers' buddies, and I'm so thankful for him to be here, because I was kind of worried who I was going to get this tuned by where I'm at, but luckily he was here. So that's that. Sorry if I just made some noise on the microphone. I'm using my phone to record this, so if you guys are wondering. But yeah, so there's that. I also have, I forget what it's called, full throttle shift. So whenever I push the clutch in, you're gonna see I need to adjust this still with the AC, because it's wired into the AC switch. But I wired the clutch neutral safety switch into B6, I think it is, on the ECU, and that's usually for the AC button. So I wired this switch into the AC, where the AC button would go into the ECU. I hope that didn't confuse you. I'm pretty sure I did, but yeah. So whenever I do that, I just need to adjust on the tune the AC settings, because it thinks that whenever I put the clutch in, that the AC is now turned on, and so it's adding more fuel, which does this in turn. It likes to rev it up, so I need to change that to where it doesn't. And then since it's warming up, I also have a Y8 throttle body on the Y7, so whenever it's cold, it likes to do this until it warms up, then it's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go for some drives, and then when it warms up a little bit, I'll do some pulls for y'all. And you're gonna have to bear with me, because I'll have to use my phone, and it's probably not going to be orientated correctly, so it's going to be like holding it on my steering wheel as I drive. So just bear with me on the content with this channel. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to get for recording and whatnot. So right now it's saying that we're running about 60 psi of oil on cold. I need to get a better gauge, because this one actually, when it warms up at idle, it'll be showing 0. But I want to get a digital one, or not really a digital one, but like just a better one than eBay, and that way it'll read better. But it does read whenever I drive around. It's just the idle, it says 0, but I know it's probably at like 10. So, but without further ado, you guys can still see it is cold. So we're just gonna let it warm up a little bit. I'll probably drive around a little before I start hard boosting it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drive this for a little bit, and then I'll do some pulls, because I know I haven't done any pulls on my channel yet. So we'll go ahead and get this going. Bear with me, y'all. Anyways, I hope y'all guys enjoyed. Put a little bit more miles on her today. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a two-step real quick. Hopefully my neighbors don't hate me. But yeah. Hey, you should watch that video over there on the left and hit the subscribe button on the right. Did you do it? Hello?